Far and away in 2022, Craig's Realtors yet again is the market leader. Owner Steve Craig's here. If you're looking to sell, we can help. Click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Find out about all the products and services offered by Dan Rizzo, your American Family Insurance agent in Taylorville, by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
It's the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper, your host. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. You'll find the streams on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com, Facebook, or on YouTube at WTIM TV. March is National Nutrition Month, an annual campaign created by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. This year's campaign encourages consumers to fuel for the future. No matter your age or activity level, making healthful food and drink choices will provide your body with energy now and fuel for the future. Here to talk about National Nutrition Month, we have senior nutrition educator and registered dietitian Monica Nyman from the St. Louis Dairy Council. It's great to have you here, Monica.
Good morning. Yes, thanks for having me on today.
Tell me more about National Nutrition Month, if you would.
Yeah, so this is a really exciting month for us at the St. Louis Dairy Council. It is really just a month-long education sort of campaign and information campaign. As you mentioned, it's created by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, of which many dietitians do belong. And it's been celebrated since 1973. So we started with a week, and then it since has grown into the entire month of March. So it's really just a way to highlight our profession. So as a registered dietitian, you know, you go to college for at least 4 to 6 years, depending on your degree. You take a big test to earn that registration. You do continuing education every single year. We have portfolios we have to keep. So there's a lot of work that goes into being a registered dietitian. This year we celebrated our Registered Dietitian Day. It was actually yesterday. So if you take a look at our Facebook page, my director did post a really cute picture of the dietitians on our staff, just giving a shout out to all of us. So that was really sweet. But, you know, when I first became a dietitian, this is my 20th year, you know, it was really just kind of hospital based for the most part, hospital and food service. But this profession has really expanded. You will find registered dietitians not only in hospitals, but wellness centers, gyms, they're in grocery stores, in health departments. They have their own private practices. And then, of course, all of the nutrition educators on our staff at the St. Louis District Dairy Council are also all registered dietitians. So just an exciting month for us.
The theme, Fuel for the Future. Why that theme for National Nutrition Month 2023?
Yeah, so every year we have a different theme to sort of focus on. And really this theme of Fuel for the Future, it really just highlights the importance of giving your body the fuel that it needs, no matter what age you are, but also kind of keeping in mind the future. So you want to set yourself up to have a really successful future. And, you know, I've heard this term so many times, that the food that you eat is the fuel for your body. Just like giving your car gasoline, you have to have fuel to keep your body going, basically. So this month, we're really just encouraging listeners to start paying attention to what you're eating. Are you giving your body high quality fuel, or is it the really cheap stuff that you're not going to get very far with? You know, the sugary foods, the empty calories, that sort of thing. I did want to mention that the website myplate.gov, that's really a resource that has been provided to Americans to kind of help you figure out exactly, you know, your portion sizes, what counts on all the food groups. It's kind of like Nutrition 100, if you will. If you're just interested in learning a little bit more about what kind of needs your body has at a certain place in life, it's a really good place to start. Again, that website is myplate.gov.
Let's talk about a few specific points for the theme, Fuel for the Future. What's this first point? Tell me about it.
Sure. So we kind of break the month up into each week highlights a different topic. And so the first week of March, the topic was really buying local foods and shopping locally when possible. Because when we talk about the future, we also have to consider the environmental factors of our food choices. So it not only benefits the planet if you're buying foods and shopping local, because it can also help keep your food costs down. Now, I know that there are a lot of nutrition terms out there that don't actually have a definition. Local is one of those, but usually at the grocery store, it'll tell you what farm it's from. Sometimes it tells you how many miles away that is. I know my grocery stores here in Bloomington Normal are a little bit larger than the ones you guys have in your, the Taylorville area. But there still are local farmers that are selling those types of foods, no matter what size the grocery store is. We do typically think a lot about fruits and vegetables, but don't forget, our dairy farms are just taking that milk to the nearest processing plant. And a lot of that milk is local because it's being sold in all of our local grocery stores. A couple other things I just wanted to mention quickly about this sort of talking point is another tip to save on trash is to buy things that have minimal packaging. So maybe a larger package, and then you can split it up at home in your own containers. That can really help save on trash. Recycle. If you're not recycling now, sort of add that to your routine. Again, to fuel the future, to save on the environment. And then finally, if you have the ability to, I know this definitely takes some time and some patience as well as space, but having a small garden in your backyard, even if you're just growing a couple different things, and that's just another example of sort of eating with the environment in mind.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Growing lettuce is a great way to incorporate more greens or any other of those options. I want to talk more about National Nutrition Month with St. Louis Dairy Council Senior Nutrition Educator and Registered Dietitian Monica Naiman here on the WTIM Morning Show. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first.
WTIM.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn lower, beans lower, wheat trading lower. March corn 628 and a quarter, down 6 and a quarter. May corn down 9, 616 and a half. July corn 605 down 9. May beans down 2 3/4, 15.15. July beans down 4 1/4, 15.02. August beans down 4 1/2, 14.67 and a half. May wheat 673 1/4, down 14 1/4. July wheat down 12 3/4, 684 1/4. September wheat 696 1/4. That's down 11 and a half. May bean meal 483.90, down 180. May bean oil 59.14, up 6 cents. In the livestock market at this hour, April live cattle 165.30, down 15 cents. March feeders up a dime, 193.85. And April lean hogs 86.05, up 30 cents. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
If you're 40 and over, you'll recognize these artists by their first names. Frank, Dean, Sammy, Andy, Nat, Diana, Michael. Well, here's the big news. You can now hear Central Illinois' largest music library with over 3,500 songs on air and online at 965thechill.com. Tune in on the FM dial in Christian County and on your computer or smartphone. Hear these great artists and many more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 965thechill.com.
Throughout the growing season, you're tasked with making tough choices, starting with the seed, reading all ad trial data. You even have your neighbors weigh in. And when you do plant that smart decision, how you'll protect it, well, that's an easy choice. The soybean herbicide portfolio from Corteva Agriscience. With products like Sonic Herbicide, you'll be complementing your Enlist system with the soybean residual protection that'll tackle the toughest weed challenges all season long. See how a program approach can help you protect every acre at Corteva.us.
You or your loved one can prevent early nursing home placement. Rent one of the catered care suites at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, 705 South Houston. They'll cook the meals, do the laundry, and even have a therapy gym available. And if you like it, they have 1 and 2 bedroom apartments available for longer term stays. Get details on their catered care suites move-in specials from Administrator Tony Clark with immediate placement available. Stop by or call 824-2222. That's 824-2222. Taylorville Estates, encouraging independence, enriching lives.
Scott Primer here from Locust Grove Church near Assumption. We're spreading the good news of Christ in person and online. Come join our family or watch our video sermon podcast by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Hi, I'm Brett with Central Cremation Center, and we proudly serve all of Central Illinois. Our affordable cremation options begin at just $7.95 with payment options available. See our plans by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
It's the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville. You'll always do better with Landmark, and People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. It is National Nutrition Month, an annual campaign created by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. I have senior nutrition educator and registered dietitian Monica Nyman from the St. Louis Dairy Council telling you all about it. Monica, we talked about some of the specific points for the theme of National Nutrition Month, which is Fuel for the Future. First one, of course, eating with the environment in mind, which could involve a lot of different things from eating it out of your own garden to other points as well. Next up on that list of specific points is staying nourished saves money. What does that mean?
Sure. So if you're listening this morning and you take one thing away from this interview with me today, it's this point. So basically, when food prices go up and we're all seeing that painful experience at the grocery store where our bill is a lot higher. Sometimes we say, okay, I'm not going to buy those healthy foods. They're not going to be my priority because maybe you're thinking that they're going to cost you a little bit more money. However, these are the foods that, they're filling, they have the nutrients, and it actually costs you less overall because these can help to manage or reduce your chances of getting lots of different kinds of diseases. So this is just a personal opinion coming from Monica Nyman here. So in our world, our insurance companies, they're not paying for prevention. They're not paying for you to go visit a dietitian to set you up for healthy eating, to help educate you more. But they will pay for you to treat your diabetes or your heart disease or, the bills that you get from those types of conditions. So prevention isn't focused on enough, in my opinion. So this is my message. Try to use your food as medicine now, okay? So picking foods that offer a lot of high nutrition. So I work for the St. Louis Dairy Council. The dietary guidelines recommend 3 servings of dairy each and every day. That can be from milk, cheese, and yogurt. We know that those foods are packed full of nutrition, okay? Our milk is giving us 13 nutrients that we need every single day. So that's just one food group. So just ask yourself if the foods in your grocery carts are giving you a nutritional bang for the buck that you are spending. Okay. Another tip is really try to plan out your meals and snacks. See what you have at home before you go to the grocery store. Don't shop hungry. You will always put lots of junky foods in your cart. I know that because I have done it. Make sure that your grocery list, you follow that, you shop sales. That can help you save money over time, of course. And then I just wanted to throw out there, you mentioned sort of on our break, the extension office there, the local extension office. There are a lot of community resources, SNAP, the health department, WIC, local food banks. Those are also really great resources for those out there who may need a little bit of help because our budgets are tight, but we still want to make sure that we are putting our health as a priority. So again, use your food as medicine, fuel yourself so that you can prevent paying for all of those different types of diseases, not even to mention the side effects that come with the medication or the diseases itself. So food as medicine.
That's a great summary. And I think that's going to be my big takeaway, food as medicine. But there's another pretty good point here as well. And you mentioned it, eating enough from your food groups, one of them, of course, being dairy. You've also mentioned before eating foods from all of those food groups. Why is that so important?
Yeah, and I know we talked a little bit about this sort of in my New Year sort of resolution type of getting on the bandwagon with health and wellness in our last interview. But, leaving out whole entire food groups restricts nutrition. So you have to eat from all the food groups because all of them offer nutrients for your body. So the fad diets, those are temporary. They are not long-term solutions for anything. So evaluate your diet as a whole. Make sure that you are getting in all the different food groups. Again, those are fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, and of course your dairy. Don't leave any of those food groups out. It's important to have a balanced diet, a very colorful diet. You can choose lots of different fruit foods from each of those. It doesn't have to be fresh all the time. You can get frozen, you can get canned, even dried foods and fruits will fit into a healthy eating plan. So I always like to give a shout out to the dairy food group, of course. I love this one particular point about dairy. It fits well with every other food group. You can have it at every single meal or a snack. There's a food in the dairy food group that fits. There's really something for everyone in the dairy case. So you can enjoy your dairy foods with all the other different types of foods.
Right. Your milk you could have a glass with every meal, or you could have a little bit of cheese. Yeah. Or you could have one of each with each of your meals. Some dairy, some milk for breakfast and so on.
Yeah, you can mix and match the foods that you're eating it with, have it as a snack, have it as part of your meal. So it's just, there really is something for everyone in the dairy case.
Finally, what or how do we make tasty food at home that'll also keep us healthful?
Yeah, so, again, cooking at home is always going to save you money versus going to restaurants. You're always going to have a lot healthier choices, and typically your portions are going to be a lot smaller. So you're never too old to learn some kitchen skills. So get online. I use Pinterest all the time. You can, use a variety of resources that are on the website. Everything is at your fingertips. Recipes, tips. Try different ethnic foods. If you have favorite foods at restaurants, try making those at home. You can find a lot of really creative recipes to make for your family. I'm a batch cooker. I think I mentioned that in our last interview. I make enough to serve multiple times. I do have a recipe this month. It's called the turkey sweet potato skillet. It is absolutely delicious, and you can make a double batch, have leftovers. That's going to save you time in the kitchen, save you an extra step of making another meal if you just batch cook.
That is registered dietitian and nutrition educator with the St. Louis Dairy Council, Monica Nyman. Thank you so much, Monica.
You're welcome. Have a great day, everybody.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W.